Thank you for taking the time to talk with us this morning. We're here with Vicki Coyle, who's the director of Meals on Wheels. Is that for the entire Lehigh Valley, or?
It is. It's the greater Lehigh Valley, so it's Lehigh and Northampton counties.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And can you, with what's going on with COVID-19, what are some of the challenges that you're facing? Or, well, I guess we can just start with that. What are some of the challenges that you're currently facing?
Okay, so we probably don't have enough time for me to get into all that. I would say that our biggest challenge right off the bat is having enough volunteers to deliver our routes. So we get out about 1,000 meals a day. So we have 80 routes that go across the Lehigh Valley, and the route can have anywhere from between 5 to 15, 18 different clients on it. And our clients are all homebound seniors, some people under 60, but most of them are over 60, and they've got several chronic diseases. So congestive heart failure, diabetes, kidney issues, etc. And so the volunteers pick up the meals, and they then go out and deliver them individually to all the clients. So this morning, we had a little bit of craziness going on with some volunteers canceling. We actually had a couple of clients call to cancel and say they don't want meals anymore. So our staff called back and said, look, we're getting you out an extra frozen meal today so that you have one in your freezer, and a letter explaining the protocols that we're taking to keep everybody safe. We really want to assure clients and their families that they can accept a delivery of a meal with really minimal risk of transmission of the virus. So
how is that? What makes that minimal? Like, just not that we don't believe you, but just to ease some of the anxiety from people, what are those risks or precautions you guys are taking?
So our kitchen, we have a commercial kitchen. It's up to serve safe standards. We have plenty of sanitizer that we need to clean all our equipment and our dish room and every stuff we have on back. Staff safe. They the proper hand wash precautions and wearing gloves, etc. Meal prep good. I've shut down the agency main office here on Fritz Drive to any volunteers, which means we're not using volunteers in the kitchen. So before we would use volunteers that were supervised by other staff, but now we don't have anybody coming in who's not trained. Our bags that go out with the meals in every day are sanitized inside and out daily, and the touch points, meaning the handles and everything, are also sanitized. We used to have our volunteers come into a building and they would, like, one of the beautiful things about this volunteer experience is developing friendships and making relationships with people. And so we would have them, they'd come in, they'd have coffee and chat, etc. We've asked them not to come anymore and implementing the social distance recommendations. So volunteers have to stay in their cars in the parking lot and just come up to the door of the truck and pick up the meals and go. So there's no more group congregate meeting when at meal pickup. And same thing, so no other volunteers in the office, nobody coming in, to help with shredding or filing or any of that stuff. Also, we asked our clients today, believe it or not, I did have to say, please no touching our volunteers, because we have very emotional clients. They're very grateful for our service, and they always take your hand and, hug. But we're told them to back off from that. And also, if they're not comfortable with a volunteer handing them a meal, they can put a chair or a table or a box or something outside their door, and we'll put the meal on it, and then they can take it. We want to know that they're okay. So I want to see a client at the door. I want to hear somebody, talk on the other side of the door, because that wellness check is really a large part of what we do.
So I mean, you're Go ahead, Tyler.
Well, you're looking. Sorry, George. You're looking for volunteers. So, what are say somebody's watching or listening that is interested in helping out? How can they get on board?
So they can email me directly, which is Vicki C, VICKIC at mowglv.org. And then I will forward their information to our volunteer services staff. We're doing an abbreviated application process now because clearly we're a little overwhelmed. So our folks will send out an application by email. We can run a criminal background check the same day. and then we'll have somebody call the volunteer and explain what the process is, and how to do a delivery, etc., and then ship them out.
Is
And
there
for-
any requirement of like them proving that they're feeling okay or anything so it's just to because just the symptoms of this thing are some people don't like show it. Is there any kind of like we're gonna take your temperature or something like that?
Nope. It's same thing we tell our staff and our volunteers. If you're not feeling well and you're showing the symptoms of a fever, a cough, etc., call us and cancel. Don't come.
Mhm.
You've got to. I mean, we all have to self-police.
Right.
And if you're a volunteer, I mean, from what you're telling me, I can go there, pick up the meals, be able to deliver them and transport them, really at a lower risk of, a lowest risk as you can try to do at this point in time, if you're a volunteer, correct?
I think so. I mean, clearly, I keep issuing disclaimer. I'm not a public health expert, and I'm not the expert on this stuff. But honestly, I had to get 3 things at the grocery yesterday. Did I have to? Maybe not. But the point is, there are people like up your backside when you're standing in line at a grocery or any place else. This offers much less level of physical
Right.
contact, and you can easily keep the 6-foot distance between you and the client, and you and the other people who are delivering. I mean, just you stay in your car, and when there's no line at the truck, go up and pick up the meals.
Right.
Then you take them out, and then you bring the carrier back and drop them off, and then our staff sanitizes it. So yes, it's pretty, I think, low risk. But that's a decision everybody has to make individually.
Right. And as somebody, like this also affects you as a person, right? So how are you managing your own personal anxieties about this thing when you have all this responsibility on your shoulders as well?
Yeah, this morning I was a little headachy and had to tell myself it's not the virus, it's a little stress from the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. I had staff working this weekend trying to manage the volunteer crew and make sure that we had enough people going out. Everybody here is really stressing and stepping up to the plate, though. Like I said, we get clients who are calling us and their stress and the voice in their stress, you can't help but feel and take on. But personally, I said to my staff this morning, look, you have to handle yourself in a way outside this office that is going to expose you to minimal risk, because we really can't have people going down. Like, we're already short staffed. We're a typical nonprofit. So, we don't have an abundance of staff. And some of this stuff is pretty technical, like learning the volunteer database and managing the client database and how we route clients and get them out in the most optimal way for delivery. That's not something I can just teach somebody in an hour. So, for example, even though it killed me, I didn't go to the gym this weekend. I stopped going to the gym. I'm just really careful about where I'm going and who I'm interacting with. Not being paranoid, just following the precautions and trying to be careful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we
I've
don't mean to
avoided the
cut
gym
anything.
as well.
Tyler just avoids the gym in general. Well, we want to thank you for coming on. Can you just say one more time the way that people can get in touch with you or Meals on Wheels?
They can call our number, which is on our website, 610-691-1030, or they can email me directly, vickyc@mowglv.org.
Awesome.
Okay. Vicki, thank you so much. Thank you for all that
you,
you're
guys.
doing, and good luck.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right.
Appreciate
Thank you.
the help from you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.